Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I'm going to be bringing you all another 2 versus 2 replay here in Total War Rome 2. Last time we took a look at Arcane and I playing as Galatia and Rome, fighting Pyrrhus and Macedon. And today, once again, Arcane's going to be playing as Rome, and I am going to be playing as Bactria, and our opponents Gabelabe, and sir, I am extremely sorry. I believe I just absolutely butchered your name. Yeah, so sorry about that. But he's going to be playing as a Pyrrhus, and Marcus Malik 2000 is going to be playing as Parthia. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the battle map. Once it loads here, you guys will see nice bit of terrain. You'll be able to see that there's some hills and stuff. A lot less boring than a lot of the flat maps. And here we are on the actual map, a much more visual example of that. So yeah, definitely some terrain in here, not just a flat wasteland that a lot of quick battle matches end up being. So my army here, I have got 5 Eastern Slingers up front, backed by 2 Eastern Spearmen. These guys are really cheap units, but hopefully it's just enough to ward off a cavalry charge into my Slingers. I've also got several pikemen units, I believe 3. So I guess not several, but a decent amount, just a little bit of pikes there. And I've got thorax swordsmen, and it looks like 4 of those. My general unit here is an Indian armored war elephant. And for my cavalry, Hellenic cataphracts, and 3 of these Bactrian noble horse, and these guys are very nice units and not quite as expensive as the Hellenic cataphracts, although these guys here bonus versus infantry of 20, while the cataphracts specialize in fighting off cavalry, although a charge from these guys into infantry will be devastating. Just definitely, cataphracts are not a unit to be messed with. And real quickly here, I'm going to go over my opponent's army, which you actually can't see most of, but he's going to end up moving around this way into these trees, and it was a really good move on his part. I should have taken a route more like this, but I didn't want to leave my ally out in the open, but he's going to take the forest, and it's really going to help him in the skirmish fight with me. But he's got a pikeman corps, and 3 pikemen there, 2 here. Wager that's about 1 there, so we'll say 6 total. I believe that's correct. He's got these Agrinian axemen in the back, and these guys, look at that missile damage on the left of the screen, 39. These are definitely his anti-elephant unit there, high damage. He's got him in the back of his line. Up front, he's got mercenary Rhodian slingers, 4 of them, and these guys are actually better than my Eastern slingers. So even though I've got 1 more unit, his men are a little bit better. And once he takes these trees, and wow, he's actually got 5. Or no, 4, I'm counting right. For a second it looked like there was more. But once he takes the trees, it'll really be no contest in the skirmish. And, oh, forgot about his cavalry. That there was a unit of Thessalian cavalry, I believe. And he has got 4 of them. So my cavalry will easily, win in an actual engagement. Here I was going to see if I could get into some of his slingers, but I'm just going to go ahead and back off. My men are going to take a slight bit of slinger fire, I believe. Unless he chooses not to. Looks like, wow, I'm actually going to get away without firing there. I wasn't paying attention to if that happened. I was just more focused on getting away. So you can see he's shifting into the woods like I said he would, and my army's just kind of turning to face it. And the reason we haven't really moved yet, Arcane and I were discussing, and you guys, if you didn't see like 2 battles away, Arcane here is very new to Total War. I got him to get it, and so he's just been playing with the same Roman army so that he knows what's going on. He's more getting used to the mechanics of the game, you know, moving the troops and everything, and then pretty soon here we'll get him to start looking at how to pick a good army. But his army, same as last battle, 4 auxiliary infantry, 4 Evocati cohort, and 4 legionaries skirmishing, 2 auxiliary Balearic slingers, actually 3 of them. His general, and then cavalry force of 4 legionary cav. And over here, just shuffling around some units. There, my cavalry taking a little bit of slinger fire, losing one man. But I'm shuffling them over here to keep away these Thessalian cavalry, and I'm chasing off my opponent's cavalry from the left over here. And 2 legionary cavalry units are actually coming down also, just to be a little bit more intimidating. But you can see we're, in a sense, fighting back to back, because Parthia here, not a great infantry corps. These hillmen will get absolutely wrecked by Roman units. He's got 3 of them. He's got 3 mercenary hoplites, and once again, good holding unit, not going to do much against legionaries. 3 elite Persian archers, and those guys are going to have a little bit of a tough time in a skirmish with the Balearic slingers. Archers really are a risky unit to bring right now. They don't do that much. They can be good. They can take out some armor, but they're just not the wisest of units to bring. But this is Parthia's main force here. He's got the 5 noble blood cavalry, a royal cataphract, another royal cataphract, and another. So 6 noble blood cav and 2 royal cataphracts, and that's that fight. And over here, what you guys missed was my skirmish over here, taking out one of those Rhodian slingers, and my noble horse here did a charge, and you can see I managed to get just in front of his pikes. One of my poor horses got impaled, but that is the dead of that engagement. Well, once again, these little shrubs here are actually really going to help these guys in the skirmish, and you can see they're doing a lot of damage really quickly to my eastern slingers. And over here, engaging these Thessalian cavalry with my noble horse and these eastern spearmen. And I'm going to withdraw from that because I am taking some axemen fire, and I don't want to get caught on these pikemen. And this guy here, and it was a good move. He just kept running away and trying to get me to get into his pikes, and he tried to hold me there so he could get caught up. All these cavalry shuffling over here. I'm just going to kind of back away for the moment. But in terms of the skirmish, I'm going to start losing here, even though I quickly took out 2 of his units. These guys just aren't taking damage, and I've got all of my guys focusing on this one unit. And you can see that was 3 full volleys, getting like 7 kills, and meanwhile his volleys are destroying a lot more men than that. Just a better unit there. So I'm shuffling my armored elephant over to the right flank, and once again we'll come over here and take a look at Rome. It's just kind of a mess over here of infantry. Arcane's trying to get his men braced from all these different cavalry charges. Now that he's got these guys stopped, the legionaries are coming in and doing some damage to these horse units. And I just gotta say, while we're looking at them, legionaries look awesome. Roman units are very fun. But that one unit there of royal cataphracts just getting surrounded and destroyed. And over here, these noble blood cavalry. At some point, a noble blood cavalry is going to come down towards me. But I'm losing pretty badly in the skirmish, so I decide I'm going to start trying to move in on my opponent here. Now, my idea here is I am putting all my swords pretty much, except for the one there. I've got a reserve unit here. But my men, I'm just going to try to keep bending back this flank. And then now I've got something like this, an open flank. Charging swords in there, probably bad. He can turn these guys, but my pikes on the flank of a pike unit, that makes it really unbalanced. My men are going to win that easily. And here, Thessalian cavalry is coming forward to try to charge. I don't know what exactly, but my elephants are going to charge in. And that is the end of that. Wow, cannot say that for some reason. Thessalian cavalry. Of course, though, here, I'm trying to get my general away because those axemen are firing at them. And I believe he's actually going to successfully run my general amok. And then my general did not do much this battle. He's going to die really quickly. But you can see my pikes here pushing through those skirmishers. I don't know why he let them get caught by the pikes. Pikes are easy to avoid. Over here, my reserve thorax swordsman is fighting off noble blood cavalry, and my big mistake here was I forgot about these guys, and by the time I remember them, they're like way over there on that hill. So right here, my pikes are moving forward, engaging these pikes, and just that slight angle there is really going to help my men. And these pikes moving in on that unit, and I'm just continuously shuffling my swords. I was trying to go through a gap here with these elephants, accidentally get them caught on the front of pikes, and you can see that's going to take them down really quickly, and I can't even control them anymore. So my super expensive general unit just kind of disappeared, and he's going to run over some of my own men there. So overall, a bad move. You can see before I ended up having him die, I went ahead and did my rallies and stuff. And over here, my Royal Cataphracts and this Bactrian Noble Horse surrounding these Thessalian cavalry. It's going to be no contest there. And you can see pikes effectively pushing through these pikemen. Once again, it's really about the angle in which you engage when you have pike units of equal stats. You can see they're literally the exact same. And this type of an angle here where I'm on the corner of that unit, no chance. Now over here, my swords are engaging the front of pikes. I got one cavalry unit into the back, so we brought over more pikes. I'm going to withdraw my swords, and it's just about keeping men in place right now while my other units, it's hard to see in here, all these shrubs, but these guys here, I managed to create a gap in the line. And Rome has won. You can see I finally remembered those thorax swordsmen, but you can see I've got this guy pretty much completely surrounded. And we'll go in on these Bactrian Noble Horse. It's a lot of undergrowth, but going to come right into the rear of these units. So I used my cavalry to hold his left flank in place. These pikes here getting mauled by my pikes. Over here his are, you know, effectively fighting me from the front, but my swords are just holding the purpose of keeping him in place while my cavalry came in from behind, and that's gonna pretty much destroy his army. And over here, it would have been over even if I lost, because on a full Roman army on its way in, all of those legionaries and Evocati cohort. So there you have it. There's the losses. Arcane actually did very well, losing only 419 men. The Parthian player, the biggest mistake our opponents made was they got separated. Had those armies worked together, all of that cavalry could have definitely tied down our flanks while, say, the Appian infantry, they could have funneled us right into those pikes. Might have been able to fight through it, maybe not. But had they stuck more together, my opponent made a good move, at least in terms of for the skirmish, of moving into the woods. But by doing that, also they pretty much just moved to opposite ends of the map. So that's always risky. There's been times where I've done it with people where just the way our opponents were playing so defensively, we figured we could surround them, and it works. But it's always a risk, because if they think they can and they go ahead and quickly destroy one of your armies, it's over. And that's what happened to Parthia. You can see they lost almost their full force, got minimal kills. Royal Cataphracts doing decent, but still not all that great. In Rome there, these infantry doing very well. For me, my pikes did extremely well. My swords were just more to hold people in place. Well, you can see my cavalry got a lot of kills in there, except for this unit. And of course, my elephants just kind of died. But that's that. Hope you all enjoyed that battle. And I've got a lot more to show you all soon. So for updates and stuff on that, check out the Facebook and Twitter page. I'll also, just post on there when I'm playing if you guys ever want to jump into a game with me. And I am going to go do some Napoleon Total War soon. I know a lot of you guys want to see that. But once again, thank you all for watching. This is Robin Hood, and I will see you next time with more.